He had been on the run for almost 7 years, even hiding out south of the border in Mexico. But this morning, the man investigators say shot and killed a 10-year-old boy in Clovis is waking up back here in New Mexico. This after getting extradited yesterday. News 13's David Romero is live in a Newsplex with all the details. Now, David, Noe Torres is set to be in court today, right?
That's right, Matt. Noe Torres will appear in front of a Clovis judge this morning. And now that Torres is back in custody, the search is on for his friend Edward Salas, who broke out of jail after being convicted of the same murder.
Do you know where Edward is?
No, I don't.
Have you talked to him at all?
What would you say to his family?
That is what Torres had to tell us yesterday as U.S. Marshals brought him back to U.S. soil. Detectives say Torres, Edward Salas, and 3 other men were all together the night they fired 9 rounds into this Clovis apartment in 2005. They were aiming for Carlos Perez's brother, but instead hit the 10-year-old little boy in the head as he slept. Salas was sentenced to life plus 56 years for his part in the shooting, but escaped from the Curry County Detention Center in 2008. After his escape, rumors swirled he was across the country, and some said he was in Mexico. Some also thought he would reconnect with Torres, but since his arrest in January, there have been no signs of Salas.
These officers are committed to working diligently, just as they did with the capture of Noe Torres, to make sure that Edward Salas is captured and brought back to New Mexico to spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Do you guys have any clue where he is?
I can't comment on that.
After Noe Torres appears before a judge, he will be transferred to the maximum security unit of the state pen in Santa Fe, where he will be held until his trial. Matt, back to you.
And you might remember Torres got caught after he wrote a letter to Governor Martinez earlier this year. He asked her to help him prove that he was innocent. Martinez happened to have a dinner with the governor of Chihuahua that night. She gave him the letter and asked for help in catching Torres. Investigators in Mexico caught him 6 days later at a religious compound. What is a murder that happened 23 years ago here in Albuquerque, and this morning it is still haunting police because they do not know who killed Caitlin Arquette. On July 16th, back in 1989, police say Caitlin was driving east on Lomas when someone chased her down, shot her, and left her for dead. At one point, police did arrest a man in connection with this case and had him in jail for 15 months, but they didn't have enough evidence to charge him, so they had to let him go.
It was a tough case. There wasn't a lot of information to go on. I was actually one of the original officers that went under that case, and I, again, was very familiar with it, and it was a difficult case. There wasn't a lot of initial information.
Since all that happened, Caitlin's family moved out of Albuquerque, but tells us they've never given up hope in the case. And now police are hoping that they get some new information that helps them find whoever shot and killed Caitlin.
This morning, Rio Rancho police are also asking for your help with an unsolved murder that has turned now into a cold case. 35-year-old James Chavez was found dead in his home off of Idaho Creek about a year ago. Detectives say they've conducted several interviews with witnesses, neighbors, and family members, but they have no leads at this point. Crime Stoppers is now offering a $1,000 reward, by the way, for anyone who comes forward with information leading to Chavez's killer. Police say a person of interest in a double murder case involving a father and son is now behind bars. But this morning, it is not because of the homicide case. Roswell police arrested 22-year-old Greg Hobbs on Saturday for an outstanding warrant they say he had. Officers arrested him and others while they were at a baby shower for men. Hobbs was questioned in the shooting deaths of 49-year-old Ruben Archuleta and his son, 21-year-old Ruben Jr. They were killed last month on East Bonnie Street in Roswell. Hobbs is in custody right now, again, on an outstanding warrant involving another case. He's at the Chavez County Detention Center without bond.
Developing right now, a manhunt in northern New Mexico is still going on this morning. Jicarilla Apache police near Dulce say an officer stopped a man on Highway 64 and saw a gun and a bulletproof vest in his car. The officer says he started talking with the man, and the man took off running, then started shooting. While police shot back, the man got away. Neither he or officers were hurt. Well, from the hospital to jail, that's where the man accused of setting a car on fire with his ex-girlfriend inside is this morning. Ray Ferguson got out of the UNM's hospital yesterday and went right to jail. He's charged with attempted murder and aggravated arson after police say he lit the car on fire here near 4th and Alameda last month. The woman managed to get out, but was so badly burned, she is still in critical condition this morning. Ferguson's in jail without bond.
An Albuquerque man is accused of a heinous crime this morning involving animal cruelty. Bernalillo County deputies say Raul Marufo dragged his girlfriend's small dog named Blackie for nearly 3 miles, killing the dog. They say Blackie was leashed up to his car. Deputies caught up with Marufo after 911 callers reported seeing him stop his car and tried to hide the dog in a bush. Marufo's girlfriend told deputies it happened after they got in a fight Monday morning. But the suspect's family is coming to his defense.
That's not him. It's not. So I honestly believe it was an accident.
Marufo did bond out of jail. He was not home when we attempted to talk to him. This morning, we're hoping to learn the name of the man who caused a standoff with police in an Albuquerque neighborhood, then killed himself. Neighbors spotted a man crawling through the window of a house on Florida Northeast yesterday and called police. When officers arrived, they surrounded the house and tried to contact the man, but got no response. When they used the homeowner's keys to get in, they found the suspect dead with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police have not released his name.
A lawsuit between the city of Socorro and the family of a woman who died there after being locked in the trunk of her car is over this morning. 2 years ago, John Hayden locked Teresa Saiz in the trunk, then left the car in an Arroyo in 102-degree heat. Saiz called for help on her cell phone, but the phone went out and she died before the car was found the next day. Her family claims police did not do enough to find Saiz and settled a lawsuit for $350,000. Now, as for John Hayden, he was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter.